and the things that I can internally relate to. Every day, many people are going through a battle of gender identity that can cause a range of emotions, both negative and positive. Topic like gender identity, body dysphoria, gender dysphoria, and many more topics that may seem unimportant to others are very important to some people. In today's society, we try hard to meet certain standards, such as having a certain look, having a certain weight, or fitting into a stereotypical gender norm. Those are just a few to say the least. There are other problems that people don't want to talk about, and that is respecting pronouns. Pronouns can affect a huge part of a person's life, whether or not you know it. Having pronouns such as they, them, he, his, or she, her can make a person feel so much more comfortable and validated because you took the initiative to show that you let them know that you stand with them and you support them and you respect them as a person. Everyone has a place in this world, and I want everybody to do this one thing right now. I want everybody in the classroom to think to themselves, let's imagine a time where we were young, not like in middle school or like freshman year. I want everybody to think back to a time where they were like young, like elementary school. You're fresh with a great imagination and you just love to daydream. Now imagine playing as your favorite superhero. You're deep in character and you don't want to ever leave how you think everyone sees you. You're where you feel comfortable, confident, and most happy, right? You're playing and you're being called the superhero that you love so much. Now imagine a person coming and ruin it all by simply saying, "No, you're not that superhero. You're you. You're just a child." That didn't make you happy, right? You didn't like the way that felt. That's how most people feel when others choose to ignore their gender, when they choose to ignore their pronouns that they specifically want to be called because it makes them feel the same way that you felt in that imagination. I know it's not. I know it's not really the same when you compare it to a scenario like that, but it gives you a kind of feel on how certain people feel when they go into the real world and they have to come across situations like that. Mm, I don't. When it gives you the thought to see how others refuse to validate people's beliefs, it should not make you feel good. It should make you feel bad because you're being rejected, and no one likes to be rejected. Coming out will be the hardest part anyone has to do in the world. I say this because, like today, when celebrities come out to a certain point of their career, they have so much to lose. They risk losing everything they work for because of what they prefer personally. A couple of celebrities that I'm going to say who have come out as non-binary, meaning they don't go by the pronouns she or he, but they them, are Sam Smith, a British songwriter, Jonathan Van Ness, an actor, and Amanda Stanberg, an actress. These are just few of the many queer or gender fluid and transgender people who go by pronouns the opposite of their sex. It is already hard to be discriminated against when it comes down to being different than other people. But when you have such a huge platform, it is also a higher chance of having any of your supporters stop supporting you because they have different views on what the person deems as correct pronouns. That can be such a huge factor in mental health because when you feel as if you're trying to make everyone happy and you're doing everything so people can approve of you, and you make this one decision to actually be who you are, people turn it away and they deem it as unnecessary because they don't feel the same. They stop supporting you because they don't feel the same and they don't believe that you should step out of the norm of being a female or just a male when there are many other things that you can identify as. It is also a big dangerous thing to step out of your pronouns because there are a lot of people who choose to turn to violence if they feel that you are not seeing the way that they see, and that's what makes coming out like very difficult or very brave of some people because they don't care. They just accept the risk of being hurt. They accept the risk of being hunted down, and that's what makes the like the gift of coming out. That's what makes it worth it in the end when you know that you're brave enough to do it and you still do it to make yourself happy. Myself, I go by she they pronouns because I feel like that's what makes me comfortable in my skin. That's what makes me happy to wake up every day because I know that I can be true to myself instead of playing a character to get people to like me, and that's what makes everything worth it. Um, it's also a very big deal in our society because people still are trying to have a hard time to accept it, and it's okay when people ask questions, and it's okay to have opposite views, but as long as you're respectful about it, then I don't really see anything harmful about asking them those questions and seeing if you can learn anything more about it. And yeah, that's all I have. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk.